struggle at times. How has this new environment just reinvigorated and given you a little bit more confidence?
I think a change of scenery is definitely something I needed. You know, when you're at a place for 4 years, I think that new coaches, new people, and being around the environment has been huge for me. So it's been great, and I think that I'm just so blessed to be here.
Staying left with Mike, and then go to Seth.
Yeah, what was kind of the, coming out of spring, like Will said, what do you say, about the competition, the kind of state of things, and where you kind of needed to get better, and how have things kind of gone in the fall now?
Yeah, coming out of spring ball, like don't have a whole bunch of experience at right tackle, so spring ball was definitely going to be a learning moment for me. And Coach Bostad said that he was happy with how I've been doing, and coming from being a full-time left guy to playing right, learning the plays, learning the system and stuff. He said I did a really good job, and that I kept working over the summer, and camp's doing good, and just grinding through it. I think that Coach Bostad is an amazing coach, and I've just loved being with him every day.
What's the biggest challenge of flipping sides?
For me, as an offensive lineman, especially as a tackle, you're kind of, after a certain amount of time, your body is programmed a certain way. Your hips, your hands, your eyes, the way that you set, walk, kind of do everything is very technique based, and I say the best way to describe it is like trying to write with your non-dominant hand. It's kind of like, okay, I got to relearn all the little basic things that you might not have to be thinking about that I've been doing for 4 years. And but I think that with Coach Bostad's coaching and the way that he goes about stuff, he's made it very easy, and it's been a better transition than I thought it would be, especially in the spring ball.
We'll stay left with Seth, and then go to Daniel.
Well, first off, can you actually write with your non-dominant hand?
I'm getting there. I'm trying. When I decided that I was going to come to Indiana, and Coach Bostad had, in SIG had told me that they wanted me to play that position. I was like, okay, I'm going to start doing everything with my right hand. I'm going to start holding my phone with my right hand. I'm going to start, trying to eat with I really tried to activate the other side of my brain. And honestly, that stuff sounds dumb, but I think it helped me out a lot.
So you're being literal, that writing with the other hand.
Yeah, I try to, not always writing, but eating, just little things that maybe try to activate something in my brain. They're like, okay, I need to start using this. I need to be better with this. And because that was always something at Ohio State. Playing left tackle for, however long, I played it in high school, you get really good with everything on the left side of your body, punching and all that stuff. So just, you got to train your body and your mind to do new things.
Yeah, and then you said, when you answered the first question, you said that, a change of scenery is definitely something you needed. I'm curious, what's, obviously, if you're having a tough time somewhere, it could be a number of different things. What's kind of the process for you identifying that, I do think I need a change of scenery. I think that's what could really help me right now.
I just feel like it's with anything, you kind of get to a point where you're like, man, I just feel burned out. You've done something so long in the same place, the same with just everything. I think that just a fresh start and something new is going to be good. I can kind of just feel it, especially after the season. It was a long season. I got hurt, and I had to come back from that, and it was just a grind. And I was like, man, I feel like for my 5th year, I just need to do something new. I need to be somewhere different.
We'll stay in the left with Daniel, and go to Zach B.
So you hadn't played right tackle at all, legitimately at all.
A little bit in spring ball of 2023, but yeah, it's tough to count that. It's just kind of I had some stuff at it, but yeah, I kind of, not really. Yeah.
When you were at OSC, you had a lot of quality tackles there, right? Josh Simmons, a handful of guys, last handful of years. What have you just kind of learned about what it takes to be an, elite tackle?
Mm-hmm. Just being around guys like Paris. Paris was a big mentor to me my first 2 years. I was his, hotel roommate, and kind of just seeing how he prepared for games, and kind of I was very close with him when we were at Ohio State, and just having a mindset of you need to be on your stuff every day. You need to be ready to go dominate the day. There's no days off, and being a tackle in an offense, you are one of the biggest parts of the offense. If the tackles aren't able to, protect the quarterback, not able to do our job, it's offense going to have a hard day.
How much do you and him in the chat still?
A good amount. I call him birthday or whatever, but it's tough because everyone's schedules are different, and he's in a totally different time zone now. But Josh Simmons, for example, is one of my good friends too. I talked to him today, but I just love those guys, and they definitely taught me a lot.
We're going right to Zach B and then Colin.
What was the specific moment, whether it was spring or now in fall camp, that right tackle and the right side of your body really began to click?
I feel like towards the end of spring ball, it started to make more sense, started to feel more natural. It's really just about reps. I feel like it's about getting out there and doing it as many times as you possibly can against real guys and, Mikhail and, just stacking reps. And I feel like, towards the end of spring ball, and then I did a bunch of stuff on my own and this summer just trying to get the muscle memory down and stuff. So, but it's been feeling better and it's been, feeling good at it.
What were some of those things this summer that you did?
Just drills, honestly, or maybe if it's me doing drills, maybe it's me grabbing some of the D linemen and trying to do some one-on-ones, just like walk rush or something like that, or just trying to get a body in front of you, or maybe another young guy offensive lineman that can give me some moves or something like that. But just that, and then trying to work with Coach Bostad and Leeds and just all the guys in the O-line room.
We'll go on your right to Colin and we'll wrap with Joe.
Before you entered the portal and made your decision to come here, what were your impressions of the program and Coach Signetti, being in conference, you kind of got to see firsthand, the transition between kind of 2023 and then 2024. I'm wondering, what were your thoughts of that?
Yeah, I mean, so with them being in the same conference, we had a lot of overlapping games. So a lot of the time when we would be preparing for opponents and we'd be watching Indiana film, and I think the biggest thing that jumped out to me was just like, wow, these guys are coached really well. They play hard. They're targeted, like especially the offensive line. Targeted and just a tough team, and it looked like the guys wanted to play for the coaches. Like, I feel like that's something you can kind of tell on film a lot of the time. They just, if you're playing together and the guys just look like they're in sync. But no, I think that Coach Sig came in, obviously did an amazing job this last year, turning the program around from 2023, and I feel like he's, we're just going to keep going right on this track. So I'm excited about it, and that's how I felt looking at them when I was in the portal.
And we'll wrap on your left, second row to Joe.
When you go against Mikhail in drills, whatever it may be, what is blocking him like? Like, is there something it can be compared to?
I think that, well, because when I first got here, a lot of guys would ask me about like our D lineman at Ohio State and kind of like what I thought of, what were the differences. And I feel like Mikhail is a very unique player. I mean, I haven't really played against a lot of guys like him. He has a lot of moves. He has a lot of finesse, and he's a strong, really smart player. And I think that in our defense, he really gets to shine. They let him go play and they let him go make plays. And I don't think there's anybody that I could really compare him to from, my old team or just people that we played. I feel like he's kind of his own player and he's really good.
Great. Thanks, Zen.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
you.